Yo, what's up, folks? A flooded talk. Yeah, we're back in the building. Virtually, that is.
6 feet.
Yeah. Welcome, everyone, to our show. We've got some more news items for you today. As always, Game of Thrones is going to start it off, and then we're going to take it from there. If you're joining us, if you're lurking, and I see you, if you're lurking on Twitch, we're started like super late, which probably, you're probably sitting there wondering what the heck is taking us so long. But we're here now. If you're watching on YouTube, then forget what I just said, because it doesn't matter. You can start this video whenever you want. But anyways, my name is Steve. On the other side of the booth, we got Jay. Jay, say what's up to the folks.
What it do?
Yep, we're back. No Erica again.
Yeah.
She might end up just being like one of those guest
right.
The guest host that shows up every once in a blue moon. But we're holding the place for her. In any event, we'll keep it rolling. And let's see. Let me go ahead and get our news item
Number one
set up. Number one is Game of Thrones. 10 details about Marine you never noticed. And you know what? The information about Game of Thrones just keeps coming. Probably until we get that new show about the Targaryens, or the Targaryens. It's not even about the Valerians, really. It's about the Targaryens.
If people are at home quarantined, so they had nothing to do but study it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I even saw a news article where somebody rewatched season 8 and said it was still as bad as it was when they first saw it. But in any event, here we go. Number 10, Marine is in Spain. Not in the movie, not in the show, but in real life. So the filming backdrop for the great city of Marine was in Pensacola, Spain. I didn't even know there was a Pensacola in Spain. But it makes sense. Pensacola is like a Spanish word.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
they with a Spanish name in America came from over there.
Right. right. So yeah, they filmed the scenes of Marine in Spain. The Daznak pit is also in Spain. Yeah. So Osuna, Spain, I guess is where that is.
That's in the middle of their bull ring.
Yes. Exactly.
Side note: when I was at Albacete, their bull ring was kind of similar.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. Side note: yeah, I actually wondered that when I was watching it. That Albacete is more modern because they built it again with red brick.
Yeah. So I did. Interestingly enough, after I saw this information, I went and looked up like some images of Spain, like around Spain, and like everything looks either like late Renaissance or modern. And I was like, wow, they must have really did some scouting, because like when you just go to Google and do a Google search on the images, like you don't come up with anything that would remind you of Game of Thrones. It's kind of interesting. So kudos to the scouting team on that. Number 8, Marine is northmost of Slavers Bay. I think that anybody who really follows the show kind of knows that. But when it comes to
especially if you read the book.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that.
Very clear.
Yeah, I was gonna say, especially if you read the book, there's so much work that George R.R. Martin puts into world building that you get. Yeah. The show is very scant on that world building stuff. So if you were just a show reader, this might be some news to you, or just a show watcher, a show reader.
I don't know. Yeah, right.
Show watchers. So number 7, living in the pyramids. Daenerys and her crew may take up residence in the green pyramids of Meereen, but it is not the only pyramid in the ancient city. In fact, there are quite a few. The wealthiest citizens all live in pyramids. So
again, all the book readers are like,
yeah, we knew that. Meereen was originally a colony. And yes, definitely book readers are definitely going to know this one, because the top of that great pyramid that Daenerys lived in was a statue of the Harpy, which was a remnant of the Giscari Empire that ruled Meereen 1,000 years ago, I believe. Meereen is a regular stop on trade routes, so it's like New York or London or any other major coastal city in the real world. A lot of trade goes through there.
I thought that was a given too. It's on the bay. It's a major city. People gonna go get money.
Yes. Also, slaves come from the east. So, like the Jade Sea, the Dothraki Sea is east of Meereen's location. Many Dothraki herd their prisoners downriver to be sold as slaves to the great masters of Meereen. The Dothraki may take offense if they are not offered enough slaves from the cities they approach, but that has little to do with the number of slaves that Khalasar actually needs. Thus, Meereen becomes a convenient and lucrative neighbor for the Horse Lords.
Yep, it's just as terrible as it seems.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, the show did not lean at all into the Dothraki slave trade whatsoever.
Yeah, they kind of I think they tried to make them like the noble savages.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like
exactly. That's exactly what they tried to do. The book was definitely much more clear about who the Dothraki.
Oh yeah. They were. The book was raw.
Let's see. The Great Pyramid is huge. That's
we already addressed that because they said it was 33 stories.
Yes, right. West of the Great Pyramid is the Temple of Graces. In the book, Daenerys and Hizdar Zo Lorak were married. Hizdar Zo Lorak is in the show. But
he don't get his shine though.
No, not at all.
Didn't go quite the same.
And he doesn't marry Daenerys, so no. And number 1, Daenerys is the first monarch in years. Daenerys arrives, conquers Meereen. It had been 1,000 years or so since they had actually had a king, and even back then, the article says they did not appreciate being ruled over by a king. All that backstory is kind of gone over in the books as well.
Yeah.
So there's your Game of Thrones tidbits for today. All right, now we're gonna get into some politics. So the politics piece that we have here, as soon as I get that out of the way, is Trump retweets call to fire Fauci amid coronavirus criticism. So if any of us are watching the news about the coronavirus, and we watch the press conferences from the Trump administration, this guy right here, Tony Fauci, is probably we're talking about a very bad administration, very ineffective.
We're trying to say the bar is actually on the floor in the basement, and he has managed to clear it.
Yeah, well. I mean, at this point, it's easy. But he's probably
That's my point. The bar's on the floor in the basement.
Yeah, and this guy's doesn't have a perfect track record either. Like, his early statements about the coronavirus are downplaying it as well. But as of late, he's been literally the one guy to push back on some of the dumb stuff that Donald Trump says in relation to the coronavirus. And with that being the case, a lot of supporters of Trump in the populace and supporters of Trump in the media are calling for this guy to be fired. And I guess there was a tweet that said something like that Donald Trump retweeted. And essentially, this is all due to the fact that in an interview, he was asked whether or not anything could have been done to prevent like some of the deaths that we've had in this country. And he said, well, yeah, if we had taken our shutdown steps in February as opposed to March, it would have saved some lives. I don't even think that's controversial to say, number one. And number two, anytime you could do something early enough, you're going to prevent a whole lot. But obviously, Donald Trump has a very thin skin.
Obviously he has a very different experience with reality. But I did see a good tweet on this that what Joseph Biden should do is after he fires Fauci, he should then hire Fauci as his medical advisor and run dueling press conferences with Trump.
Yeah.
And actually say the actual medical facts.
Yeah. That's something that Joe Biden could do that would be...
He won't.
Yeah, that's something that Joe Biden could do that would it might win him some support. He won't, of course. He won't. Which, by the way, side note, Bernie Sanders endorsed Joe Biden today in a joint webcam conference, and at the end he joked about playing chess with Joe Biden. Now that their competition over who's going to be president is over, they can resume their competition on chessboard.
Been a pretty depressing day.
Yeah. I saw that news. I was like, oh. Okay.
I was like, to the next episode.
Yeah.
Hey.
Exactly. I guess the left-leaning populace is gonna have to take up the mantle. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I mean, maybe Bernie is going to be able to push Joe Biden somewhat to the left, but I'm not holding my breath.
He said he's willing to open Medicare up for people.
60.
To 60. Oh, hey, now. Those doors are busted right open, huh?
Yeah, man.
Woo.
I think now we can all join hands and sing Kumbaya.
Yep, and eat plenty of unseasoned chicken. And potato salad with raisins.
Yeah, and no salt. Yeah, so with that side note out of the way, yeah, so there is a hashtag Fire Fauci that I guess is trying to be trending on Twitter. It's probably definitely trending among Trumpsters,
those lunatics
on Twitter. So
it's trending among maggots.
Yeah, and the problem is that Donald Trump is consistently talking about reopening the country on May 1st, which means nothing. Like what's gonna happen on May 1st? Nothing happens on May 1st. It's the complete arbitrary date.
Yes, just like he said he was going to open up on Easter because it's a beautiful day. Easter. And what happened? He didn't open it up because it wasn't so beautiful on Easter.
Right. Now, the thing is, the article said that there were actually people in his administration that were pushing back on him opening up Easter because everybody, enough people in his administration said, yo, that's crazy, that he basically had to back off of it. And he said in public, that was just wishful thinking. It would have been incredible if we could have did it, but obviously we couldn't. But not many people are pushing. Go ahead.
He's going to do the exact same thing, reversal, because what's going to happen is the other hot spots are going to get hotter. For instance, the Baltimore-Washington corridor, that's going to start getting really hot. So as New York might be coming down, now that's flaring. And then, Alabama will flare up too because they're another hot spot. You see what I'm saying? So, no, they're going to have the exact same thing. So he's like, hey, I was wishful thinking. It would have been great if we get open up. It's going to do the same thing. It's going to be the same exact story, all right?
Yeah, and then
I think we talk too much about him. Seriously.
Well, hey, we got to do a show.
Yeah.
So, and he's the guy.
We can talk
TV
about what's that fuck nugget? The racist one. The one that got stripped of his committees. Steve King.
Oh, well.
We can roast him next time. He said some dumb ass shit this week too.
Man.
You know what I mean? We can spread it out.
Yeah, we could probably make a show just on all the dumb stuff Steve King has said throughout his congressional career.
Yeah, I mean that would be refreshing. Next week we're gonna do other ones. I mean, it's like 4 weeks straight of Trump. You know what I mean? We gotta diversify a little bit next time. All right.
Yeah, he's on TV every day, so.
So is J.G. Whitworth.
Yeah. So, but yeah, right now nobody's really pushing back on the May 1st, other than the soft pushback that Dr. Fauci does when he gives interviews. The very end of this article, he says, it says here, Fauci described the challenges of working with Trump in an interview with the journal Science last month. Asked how he responds to falsehoods from the president during press conferences, Fauci said, "I can't jump in front of the microphone and push him down," according to the interview. Okay, so he quote unquote says, "Okay, he said it. Let's try and get it corrected for the next time." So, like, he understands that he's working for a president that is saying dumb shit.
I also want to say, though, that's exactly what he can do. First of all, have you seen Trump's build? Secondly, have you seen how he stands? There are not many human beings easier to jump up and push down to that guy.
Yeah.
Look at how he stands.
Yeah. Although Fauci is like, he's a little guy, so.
That means his center of gravity is way lower than that guy.
Yeah.
Because that guy, his ass is sitting on his shoulders.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully, he sticks around. I mean, geez. I mean, it's messed up because obviously Donald Trump only wants people around him that will just praise him and say how excellent he is at all times. And if anybody deigns to have any type of criticism or other point of view, they're gone. So it's probably a matter of time before Anthony Fauci is fired, I would imagine.
Also, in breaking news this week, the sky is blue.
Really? I thought it was a little bit greenish red or something like that. But yeah, all right. So we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna head into our break. I've got another song for everyone. This one's rock. This time. It's from an artist named Sven Karlsson. It kind of gives me a little bit of like a Foo Fighters vibe, kinda. It's a cool little song. I picked it because, I kind of listen to a bunch of songs that I'm gonna pick for the show, and right now I'm kind of in that coronavirus mood, so I try to pick stuff that kind of has a theme that kind of goes with what we're going through, and this song is that. It's called Not Die Old is what it's called. Not Die Old.
There we go. I didn't want to say anything because, when somebody stutters, they get really mad if you help them. So I was like,
No, that was me trying to remember what the name of the song was.
Okay.
So not not Die Old is the name of the song. It's from Sven Carlson, and we're gonna go ahead and get that queued up for you guys right now. As soon as I can get my music set. It's got the light. Oh, we're back, folks. Jay channeling his concert.
I was feeling it.
Oh man, well let's just keep it going with the next. This is a kind of apropos piece of news item here. So 2020 Burning Man canceled virtual Black Rock City staged instead. So Burning Man. So I've heard about this festival before. I never knew what it exactly was. Did you know, Jay?
I know. I've heard. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I've heard about it. I don't know what exactly goes there. Apparently, there's a high rate of STDs.
Yeah,
that's
probably
the extent of my knowledge.
Yeah, well, considering what happens there, I would not put that out of the question. So essentially, Burning Man. Now, in the back of my mind, I kind of thought of it as like some sort of like a music festival, kind of like Woodstock or something. But it's literally not that. I mean, music happens there, but it's a place. It's like a instant community is what they kind of do. Like a impromptu community. Like they build this city called Black Rock City every year. People go there for 9 days, and it's in the desert, and people are in costumes. People are there naked. people, and you have to come there with your own. Like it's non-commercial, so they call it commoditized or something like that. Something like that. And like decommodified. So then, so you have to go there. You have to go there with your own stuff, and you basically have to provide for yourself. They have very limited things that you can get there, and it's really down to the super basic necessities, like waste management type stuff. Other than that, if your food, your clothes, your tools, your equipment, you got to bring all that stuff. and it costs. Hold on, let me. Wait!
It costs. No.
Yeah.
There's a cost.
Yes, there's a cost, man. So here's the messed up thing too. So where's the website? Hold on. Did I close it? Oh, Steve, what did you do? Okay, so because I definitely want to. All right, let me pull this up. Typing on stream, guys. So, Burning Man.
Are you talking about burningman.org?
Is it .org? Yeah. So their ticket prices.
Tickets.
Why am I not seeing the ticket link? Tickets. Burning Man. Oh, it says. Okay, so no, that's a donate button. Where's the tickets?
Fuck it. There's a cost. Period.
Yeah, but I need to.
Why?
Okay, so the cost is like $400 some odd. Just for the ticket. Okay.
What does the ticket get you?
The ticket gets you in.
I don't understand this. So,
but here's the other thing. So the ticket gets you in. So it's $400. I think it's like $475. I can't find the ticket price right now, but it's $475 just to get in. Just to get in. Okay. There's a $9. There's a 9% Nevada like sales tax that's added on to that. There is a $4 fee per item to come in there, and then if you want to bring
fee per item, like
$4 fee per item, $400. Listen,
that you
dude,
got?
Yes, dude, $400 some odd dollars is just for you yourself to be able to walk into Burning Man. $400 something just for you to walk into Burning Man. If you want to bring stuff, for every item you bring in, it costs you $4. If you want to bring in a vehicle, there's a vehicle registration that is $150. Now,
this makes me upset.
Now, here's the other thing. Here's the other thing about Burning Man. So the way it was set up, because I was reading this on Wikipedia, the way it's set up is like this place. It's like this place where everybody's supposed to come. There's no commerce there. It's all about giving and active expression. Like, you can't just come there and be a spectator. Like, they don't encourage that. They encourage you to kind of be involved in everything that's going on. And
it's $425.
Yes, exactly. So you go there and you do that
for you yourself.
Yes,
and that's it.
Yeah. You go there, you have to be active, and and you are also not only do you spend that money to be able to walk in, but you also are going to be building up the city. Like, there's the infrastructure of Black Rock City is pre-built before anyone shows up, but the actual the rest of the detail that happens in that city and all of the camps that surround it is done by the people that show up. So you spend your $425 to go in there, and when you bring your stuff, you use your stuff to set up your own camp, and then the city proper itself is where people actually do all their stuff. And then at the end of the 9 days, they burn this giant man in effigy. They're burning the man. So he gets burnt in effigy, and then the other motto that they have is that they leave no trace. So whenever it's all done, they have to get rid of everything. So it has to be either like no one was been there or better than when they got there. And so it's that. But then in recent years, it's become like a trendy place for like Silicon Valley millionaires to be at. So like these millionaires will come in there, they'll have like their staff go to Burning Man and set up these lavish like trailer park camps that are kind of like, they use their trailers to kind of create these walled off areas where like all these rich Silicon Valley types go basically slum it at Burning Man. When I read about it, I was like, the idea of it kind of sounds very like communal, I guess. But then once you realize that you have to spend $400 to get in there.
No, first of all, the whole fucking idea of it sounds very Caucasian. Okay?
Well,
just the idea of it.
Yeah, of course.
And the actual execution of it seals it. Like, I ain't never heard no Negroes like, yo, let's go in the middle of nowhere and build a village.
Yeah.
And just be around each other. And then we gotta pay for it. It's not too many of us out there.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. Not to mention in a aggregate, we don't have that type of money anyway. So, but in any event, it has become, for whatever people who started it wanted it to become, it has become a place where rich folks can go feel like they're doing something, essentially, or feel like they're having an experience.
That's the dumbest shit. Nope.
And it was like I've heard people talk about Burning Man, like online and like in person, like certain folks, and I'm just like, what is the deal with Burning Man? And then when I read about it, I was like,
knew something got set on fire. I didn't know what it was.
Like,
I knew there were lots of drugs and lots of STDs. That was my total knowledge until right now. Something got set on fire. There was a lot of drugs and a lot of STDs. That was it.
Yeah, so they're canceled, and goodness gracious, that would be a place where some coronavirus would be like, yippee, let's go get some humans.
That should be canceled forever.
Yeah, but it
should have never been thought of.
Yeah, so but they're still gonna try and virtualize the Burning Man festival online. I don't know how that's gonna work
anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know how that works. But
this disturbs every sensibility I've ever had in my entire life. I don't know.
Yeah, let me show you now. Here's an image from their website. I'm gonna show you. It's actually not something you would expect for what it is. So let me switch over to my screen here. Oops,
not something I would expect.
Here we go.
I expect this to be some chicken shit.
Like, look at this. What in the world is all this? What is that, man?
I haven't seen it yet, but your reaction is telling me this is exactly what I thought it would be.
It looks like some segment of Baltimore during the light show. Like how Baltimore has their light.
You talking about the one with all those sparklies and shit with the...
Yeah.
And like the house type of thing?
Have you seen it? Did it show up yet on the stream?
I can't see it on yours, but I think I'm looking at the same picture.
Okay. But yeah, so
it looks like when it's like the light up the city, whatever. Shit.
Exactly, yeah, light city Baltimore. That's what it's called.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that.
It kind of looks like that, but yeah. So they set up something like that in the middle of the desert in Nevada, and there's a highway. There's like a major highway that goes right into that city. So this is something that they've been doing since. Oh my God, a long time. Yeah, it goes back a ways. So, there you go.
Total cost to do Burning Man on a shoestring budget.
Wait, I have one more piece of information that'll warm your heart before we move off this story.
I'll give you the shoestring budget, the cost of a shoestring budget for Burning Man.
They have kids tickets.
All right, check this out. Check this out. I'm about to give you this piece, right? I'm gonna give you this piece. All right. This is for the shoestring budget. I got the whole list.
Okay.
All right. Ticket. 190.
Okay.
Shade structure. Umbrella. $60.
Oh Lord.
Gas for a ride share. $60.
Oh Lord.
Tent. $15. Camping chair. $5. Sleeping pad. $5. Sleeping bag. $10. Cooler. $10. Plastic bin with lid. $10. Water. $16. Food and beverages, $75. Ice, $15. Camelback, $30. Thrift store clothing, $35. Total $536.
Oh God.
The cost was the cost of just having those items. Like you had to actually already pay and have those items.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't want to talk about this no more. I want every one of them to go to Burning Man next year and never, ever, ever come back. However you make that happen. I don't like them.
Yeah, I was kind of I was like, wow, when I read about it. I was like, oh my god, this is very strange.
This is the shit that people color be talking about. All right, people. This is what we be like. What the fuck?
Yeah. So now the next time we
so many questions.
The next time we hear somebody talking about, oh man, Burning Man, be like,
who raised you? How did they raise? What did they do? Yeah.
Why? What did you? Why? Yeah.
That story made my nuts ache.
All right. Well, the next story is gonna be funny. So, let's go ahead and head on over to that. Florida man has struck again, and here we go. Florida man ripped off struggling New Jersey pizzerias with fake orders for first responders, cops. Okay. So here's what the article says. A Florida man, and just, I'm going to read this melodramatically because the article is written absurdly, I will have to say. This is from the Daily News in New York.
How else could you write this article?
I mean, I'm kind of like the dude. Okay, here we go. A Florida man's cruel coronavirus scam will cost thousands of dollars to more than a dozen New Jersey pizzerias and restaurants from which he has placed bogus food orders while claiming they were for local police officers, authorities said. Sadeep Katani, 34, never paid for or picked up any of the orders during his month-long scheme. So I don't know how that's theft, but anyways, which targeted struggling businesses.
They didn't say it was theft. They just called it a scheme.
No, they said it at the very top. Florida man ripped off struggling New Jersey pizzerias. Anyways,
he ripped them off.
Yeah, ripped off. Okay. Well, they do mention it in the article, so I'm probably getting ahead of myself. So, which targeted struggling businesses in at least 3 New Jersey counties, the South Brunswick Township Police Department said in a news release. The scammer, who was arrested in the Orlando area last week, would also make statements about Italians and wish they would be afflicted with the coronavirus during several follow-up phone calls to his number, according to the release. Katani was charged with theft, but police said they were investigating whether his actions were biased in nature, which could result in cyber harassment charges.
Hey, I love it when they use the escalators against people of color. Those shit.
Yeah. Wait, here we go. Authorities said he indicated in each phone call that the large orders he placed would be donated to local police departments. The victim apparently believed him because many businesses and residents across the country have done exactly that to thank first responders for their work during the coronavirus pandemic. And then the police say, this one police officer says, or the police chief says, "We have had several residents send us food, which I appreciate tremendously, but this suspect has gone to a new low," said Raymond Ducka. Hey, Ducka. Hey, Ducka. Anyway, the police chief in South Brunswick Township. Our businesses are all struggling and every dollar matters. I will not tolerate someone trying to take advantage of our community in these difficult days. Katani, who was on probation for selling fake Disney World tickets, used a voice override.
Sadeep been wildin', son. Sadeep got no chill.
Okay. He used a voice override service to mask his real phone number. But New Jersey detectives were still able to find his identity and track him down in Florida. Besides South Brunswick,
you just use Google Voice.
Yeah, right.
It was something that simple.
Besides South Brunswick, he's also accused of targeting businesses in Montgomery, Plainsboro, and West Windsor, police said It is incomprehensible that a suspect would play on the goodwill of so many during these difficult times, Hey Ducka said in a news release. I will pursue the strongest of charges and make sure our businesses get their money back, he added.
Man, Hey Ducka ain't nothing but a sucker ducker.
Now, here's what I'm imagining happened in my head. So, and why the police are upset. So, you know.
I already know why they're upset. You fucking with their food, homie.
Yeah. So, well, it's like he placed orders for these police departments. Pizza orders, right? The pizza comes to the police department. They give the pizza. And then the pizza orders never get paid for. So then the pizza parlor calls the police department back and says, can you guys pay us for these pizzas? And they're like, what? Like, well, some guy ordered a pizza, but we didn't get paid. Would you guys? Oh no, what? No, we didn't order these pizzas. Wait a minute. Like,
yup.
After they ate all them boxes of pizza.
So then let me do the backstory. See from the other angle, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because Sudeep, he was a disappointing. You know what I mean? His parents wanted him to go to medical school. And he just wanted to become a footballer, but he wasn't athletic, right? So then he was out here, you know what I'm saying, hustling these fake Disney tickets, right? And got caught up in the mix, right? And he was mad at the police because he was like, I ain't hurting nobody. I'm just selling these Disney World joints, right? Yeah. And so he's like, how am I get these police back? Ooh, they want all the pizza in Jersey. Jersey police, Florida police, it's all police. So Sudeep gonna call and do the pizza thing. That's what he was saying. See?
Yeah. Yo.
So you was all up in Haduka head, and I was all up in Sudeep's head.
Yeah, right. I still think this was hilarious, though.
Oh yeah, no. I feel where Sudeep was coming from.
It's
you know what I mean?
Straight up hilarious. And the way the article is written, like this dude was like raping women or something. Like this article is.
But I'm saying like they look because they were going to get accused of being melodramatic, like if they just gave you the Perry Mason bullet points,
right?
Like Sudeep Kahani calls fake pizza. You know what I mean? So it was like so for a story like this, I felt like you just got, no matter how it's going to be over the top. So you might as well go all the way over the top.
Yeah.
Because if you're reporting this, it's already a slow news day. Yeah. So gotta get the people what they subscribe.
Yeah, but Florida man came through again, man.
You know what I mean? Because you try and get them 99-cent 10-week offers out there. You feel me?
Right.
Daily news, gang.
Yeah, man. Florida man strikes again.
Well, and Sudeep's his mugshot.
Yeah.
He was telling him, I ain't scared of jail. That's what he was saying. That's what he said.
I know he got that look. He's got that look.
It's a game to me. That's what Sudeep said. He talking big shit.
Yeah.
He talking big shit. They beat him up right after this though, but he was talking big shit all the way in until they beat him up. I know. PSA for all y'all that listen to Lurk. Never ask the police what came first, the chicken or the egg. They don't take that question well.
Oh, man. That was a nice palate cleanser from Burning Man, though.
You know?
In any event, that's going to be the show. And I really don't have any other last words. Jay, do you got any other last words you want to give to the folks?
Hey. Smoke weed every day.
So, yeah, happy music is here. So that means we're at the end of the show. Flooded Talk finishing up here. Just know archives are going to be on YouTube. We also have the audio podcast. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts: iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn. You can download us on iTunes. all that. And don't forget, although today we weren't here at 9:30, but normally 9:30 p.m.
It is 9:30-ish is our official start time, so we can't be late. 9:30-ish.
Yeah, if you wanna see us and hear us live, you could be here on Twitch. But anyway, that's it. Hopefully one day we'll get Erica back, because we miss her. But with that being said, we are G.
Talk is a 2 Cent Planet production. Go to 2centplanet.com for other shows and articles.